It is Saturday, February 7th, and this will be solely a look at the Dow 30. And I'm well aware this will be one of my lowest viewed videos because nobody gives a damn about the Dow, especially aside from the top 5 or 6 components. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's how it's been. That's how it's always been. So I'm not even really doing this for you. I'm doing this for myself. Forces me to look at each of the 30 Dow stocks and just call it for what I see it. So let's begin. Look at Apple. Little retracement in January, December. Holds for 10 of May. You can argue definitely a multi-week bull flag. We're already up 7.2% for the month and week. Momentum's on the high side, but there's nothing really bad there, is there? And recent earnings were unquestionably good. AMGN. Again, nobody ever talks about this. No one cares. I know people who own this stock, and for good reason. Look, 96, 195, 267, near historic high, 12.4% this month. 12.4% so far this month. We're only 5 days in, right? But nobody cares. Who wants a stock that's only up 12.4% in 5 days? No one. No one seems to care. Amazon. Earnings were good. Stock is still down though, 12.1% to 10. Did print 200. Stock is short-term broken, and you could look for 170. Momentum is negative, so this is definitely short-term bearish, and that is currently a bearish engulfing candle, having lost for 10 MA. Look how the 10 MA held all this time, and then it was a little break up there, and now it's done. That's broken. American Express. Look at this. Couple of spiky candles, but you can argue we have a multi-week bull flag. Momentum's weakening though, so it's a minor problem. Next, Boeing, 3 months up. Look at that. Momentum's moderately, well, marginally positive. I mean, on a multi-year basis, it is a lot of chop, but you know, again, we're only in the first handful of days of February, and we're up 4%. Caterpillar, incredible strength. 263 April, near historic high this month, 727. Incredible underlying strength. If there's one sign you want to see for the global economy, the real economy, digging holes, buildings, real stuff, real genuine wealth creation. Caterpillar. Caterpillar's telling you something. Salesforce. So I've noted recently, this one was ricocheting for a few months. January, arguably, yeah, it was a bearish engulfing candle, borderline, but anyway, it broke down. And look, what a surprise. It keeps on going. 191, we're already down 9.9% on the month. Natural support is 135. Cisco have earnings this coming week. Powering upwards. Look at this, up 8.3. 42. 42 to 84. So it's doubled up since June of 24. Zero sign of a floor. Near historic high 85. Chevron, powerful for January, February, new historic high. You gotta be bullish energy, right? I mean, come on. And look at this. This is a breakout. January is a breakout candle. It's like, which part of that don't you understand? That's a breakout. We're going up. Disney, struggling, down 3.6%. I mean, really though, it's multi-year broad chop fest. I mean, wake me up above 123. You can even see they got to 102 this week, and the buyers did come in to 108. So bullish above 123, bearish under 100. Everything else is just chop. Goldman Sachs, chop. You could argue it's just consolidating. Home Depot earnings will be probably after the 3-day weekend. Up 2.8%. We're above a 10 MA. Bullish. Honeywell, near historic high, 4.8%, 239. Look at that. Look at the candle here. Look at that. These types of candles play out. There's one there. Played out the next month, a little retracement, and off we go again. Bullish. IBM. Definitely, I would note that we have a spike from the 10 MA, so the buyers are out there. You could argue this is a multi-month bull flag. Momentum's weakening, so we need, again, from a trading perspective, it's like that's where your stop is, right? 278-ish, somewhere around there. I think it's got to take out 324. Johnson & Johnson again. Nobody cares about this. Look at this, straight up. 5.5, 5.6% already this month. Again, look at the January candle, bullish engulfing playing out. But no one cares. JP Morgan, one of the strongest financials, of course. January cooled back after a new historic high. We're up 5.5% on the month. Look at the 10 MA holding. Bullish. Coca-Cola have earnings this week. New historic high. January candle. Bullish engulfing. Just straightforward. McDonald's have earnings this coming week. New historic high. 328. 3M. Bullish engulfing candle. 12.7%. 12.7% in a week. It's incredible. Momentum was weakening, but it's starting to tick upwards again. Merck. Look at that. Look what we came down to. It's a key threshold. Now it's not got a new historic high yet, but clearly one is due, right? So 10.6% this week. Incredible. Microsoft, 6-month low of 7, down 6.8%. And clearly you could argue it's just gap filling from last spring. But if it takes out that, that's a problem. Also, look at this 50 MA. This is a 50-month MA. Keep in mind that. That goes, and that goes. That's a problem. So if you're a macro bear, if you're a macro equity bear, you need to see that low go. But that's another, what is that? $59 down. It's a long way. It's going to be very difficult to take that out. But if we do, then it merits alarm bells. And I will note, look, momentum turned negative in January, right? So you got follow through now. So there was your break. There was a break in January, and we're still going. Interesting. Nike, a lot of chop. I mean, you could argue this is 4th month of chop sideways, 3.4%. The breakout threshold is 70. I'm guessing it does break up in a way. NVDA. I mean, the AI data center chatter is just relentless. You see, they try to they try to break it. Buyers came in. It's still down 3% on the month, but again, this one's a real mess of a stock to try and trade. You had a bearish engulfing candle there, January of 25. It did play out, but only for a few months, and then we floored there, and off we went again. I mean, this is interesting though. At the current rate, momentum will probably turn negative as of March. That's a problem. Earnings are due in March, so I do lean bearish for March earnings. I mean, I wouldn't short it. I'm not shorting it, but that's the setup is bearish. There's no question about it for March earnings. Gotta watch this one to see whether it closes the month under the 10 of May, which is a 177. P&G, January candle, bullish engulfing. We're above the 10 of May, 4.9% up this week. Look at that. We're going up. Monthly momentum is ticking upwards. It will probably turn positive, not in March, in April. So yeah, bullish into April. That in theory in April is where you're going to see an acceleration upwards. Sherwin-Williams, January candle, bullish engulfing. It's playing out. It's a bit of a chop fest overall, but it's leaning upwards. Momentum prone to turning positive. It's either going to do it in March or April, kind of like PG. The Travelers, 304 near historic high. Just broad upside. So it's doubled up since October of 23. Impressive. United Health is a problem. I mean, you can see January candle, bearish engulfing. It's playing out down 3.6% on the month. Momentum, momentum was ticking upwards and it's stalled. You gotta wonder the August 231s whether they're going to be taken out. Or maybe it would even, get down to 200-ish. But that ain't bullish, is it? That's not pretty at all. And I think that's oh no, there's two more. Actually, there's three more. Visa. Visa, a lot of you can argue this to me just appears like consolidation. Like all of this, right? A Visa maxed out in what, July 21, kind of churns around for almost a good year and a half. And off it goes again. I mean, I guess you could argue it's got to churn into maybe for another year. But I will note the January candle was bearish engulfing. That hasn't played out yet, but such candles usually do. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this low taken out from January. Verizon, look at that. Powerful, bullish engulfing candle. It's playing out near historic high. And finally, Walmart. Amazing. 10.1%, near historic high. Again, you can see, look at the power of this MA. Especially there, like you bounced there, you broke it, but the buyers piled in from 79, settled up here. And yeah, a bit of a chop fest, right, for like 5, 6 months. And if we go again, we're just accelerating upwards. Incredible strength. I mean, there was some amazing customer data out just recently, like their membership card numbers. I think were up like actually I'm thinking of Costco, but I can't remember if it was Costco or Walmart. But these giants are doing very well. Absolutely bullish the Walmart. Let's finish off with look at the Dow itself on a daily. I mean, look at that. We printed 50,169 on Friday. You can argue, what is this? This is just bullish consolidation across all of January. And now we're all going up and away again. Look at that momentum. Daily momentum turned positive on Friday. Probably going to tick upwards for some days. On a bigger perspective, the weekly gain was 2.5%. You can argue this was a baby bull flag here. Look what we're holding. We're generally holding the 10 of May. Just a brief flotation under. Look at that. On a momentum cycle, momentum is weakening, but it's ticked back up this week. Also note the volume. The volume, the volume was there this week, especially on Friday. Highest volume since, yeah, highest volume since the April low. Isn't that interesting? Volumes there. And finally, on the grander perspective on a monthly chart, look at this. 10 months up. 10 months up. And yeah, we're overbought 73. But look, you could with a straight face say, look, this is where we are, right? Well, part of this was Trump coming into power in his first term. And look at that. The initial breakout. If you start from really November of 2016 when he won, Dow went from 18,000 to 26. What's that? It's 8, call it maybe 9,000. Dow was up roughly 50% from November 2016 when he won until January 2018. Then it became a bit of a chop fest, and look how price action got squeezed, and then of course snapped down. Interesting candle there. Bearish. Look at that candle. Bearish engulfing February, which of course played out. Then we had a hyper spike floor from old resistance, which became new support. These spiky floor candles. Look at that one there from last April. And yeah, right now, 50,000 Dow. Sky's the limit, right? Really. Just got to wonder, can they keep this pushing up into the SpaceX IPO, which apparently will now take place possibly in June under the ticker X, ironically, or appropriately in some ways. And then what? Summer doldrums, or do we just keep on going into September and then cool back into the midterms? But anyway, the collective of the Dow is unquestionably super strong. A lot of bullish engulfing candles in January played out already this month. There are a few, there's a few downers, right? Microsoft, Salesforce, United Health. So not everything has to go up at the same time. You can have some stocks that will go down for a few more months, but the broader index as a whole, zero sign of any kind of weakness right now. And on that bullish note, I will conclude. Be good.